Good morning, everybody. This is Luke Wilson with Wilson Auto Detailing, and it might not be morning for you if you are watching on the replay, but the reason I'm going live this morning on YouTube is because I have had so many requests from subscribers and viewers to do some polishing videos. And so I was thinking to myself, and I was like, okay, if I'm going to do polishing videos, polishing is such a detailed subject that there's no way to just do a couple videos here and there. So I have to do an entire series if I'm going to do something like that. And so yesterday, I was hanging out yesterday afternoon, taking a day off, and I started taking notes for the video that I was going to do and the series that I was going to do for polishing. And so I'm about to come out with a series of polishing videos, and it is going to be literally like a college crash course for free on polishing videos. But once again, the reason I'm going live is because I did not have time to make that video yesterday, the first polishing video. And so I'm going to come out with a weekly polishing video, and I'm going to put it in a playlist of a polishing playlist so you guys know exactly where to find it and what it is. And it's just going to be a once a week thing. But because those things take so much time, I didn't have time to edit the video yesterday and really make it work. So I wanted to go live this morning, and I was thinking, what value and content could I bring to you guys today since I don't have a specific edited video to release? And the one thing that kept coming to my mind was that the one thing that all beginner detailers do normally is charge way too little for what they're offering. And they end up getting frustrated because their prices are so low and they're working so hard and they feel like they're not getting the return that they want for how much they're working and how hard they're trying and how much effort they're putting forth. And so what I wanted to talk about and dissect just a little bit is how much should you be charging? I have another video specifically that discusses the different routes you can take when you're detailing, when you're setting prices, but I don't really address how much you should charge. And so what I wanted to talk about today is what should you charge when you're starting your detailing business? What is the number that you want to put on it? And of course, the answer to that question is going to vary drastically depending on where you live, what services you're producing or providing, and things like that. However, I wanted to give a general layout that I think might add some value to you guys who are starting out in the detailing world. Number one, you need to figure out what services you provide when you're detailing a car in its fullest. And what I mean by that is, what does your full detailing package include? So yes, you may have different packages that you offer, the premium, the supreme, the half, the full, whatever, but you need to make sure that you know and you've written out exactly what the full detail includes. If I call you and I say, I want my whole car detailed inside and out, everything you can do, do it. You need to make sure you know what that includes. Because that's going to be the foundation that the rest of your packages and the foundation of where your pricing comes from. Because from that place, if you know what a full detail includes, you can say, okay, I know about how much time it takes me to do a full detail on a sedan, SUV, Jeep, truck, minivan, and you can judge how many hours you're spending on each one of those cars from that full detail and perspective. So you need to make sure you have an idea of exactly what that is, and that's written out and that's on paper and you know exactly what that is. Now, when you figure that out, you need to understand how much you're going to decide that you're going to make per hour. But the only way that you can do that is if you understand how much your almost business cost is. So how much money are you spending on products to detail the cars you're detailing? And that question obviously can only be answered by you. But most detailers are making less money than they need to because they don't understand their true cost of business. And so detailers are working, when they're starting out in the detailing world, working extremely, extremely hard, and then they're only making maybe $15 an hour, maybe $13 an hour, maybe $18 an hour. And if that's the way that you have to start out, then great, start out that way. But what your goal is as you're moving forward in your detailing world, the goal of your business is, in your own mind, you need to understand the value that you bring to the table. And if you understand the value that you bring to the table of the detailing world, then that's going to factor into the amount that you're charging people when you're detailing their car. And so when you understand the value you bring versus what other people are bringing, people no longer really have the ability to talk you down or bully you on your pricing, because you're very secure in what you can provide while you're detailing their car. You know exactly what that customer's getting when you're detailing their car, and so you're confident in the value you bring, and because you're confident in what you can do, you're confident in what you charge. Now, if you're putting a number on your pricing, how much are you making per hour? And you're trying to figure that out. How much am I really making hourly? And that's the big question. How much are you making hourly? How much are you walking away with? In my opinion, and this is just my opinion, and so it doesn't have to be yours, but if any detailer is making less than $20 an hour, then that is not much money for what a detailing job requires. If a detailer is making less than $20 an hour, that is not much money, because detailing is not, if we can change our perspectives, detailing is not grunt work. It's not just hard labor. Detailing is a specific skill that not everybody has, and it requires a specific eye that not everyone has. And so if you can understand that you bring the value to the table of a person who not only knows how to detail, but has a specific critical eye to detail, then that's going to make you more confident in what you're charging, and it secures you in the value you know you bring. And so, in my opinion, for what detail work requires, if you are charging a rate that pays you less than $20 per hour, that is a very, very low rate for the kind of expertise, the kind of experience, the kind of money, the kind of training, and the kind of understanding that detailing requires. Less than $20 an hour is a very low price to sell yourself at. However, with that being said, if you have to start out that way in order to grow your business, if you have to start at the bottom rung of the ladder in order to climb a little, stand that, and that's what I had to do. I started out charging a lower rate because, but just make sure if you're a beginner detailer, you do not undersell yourself.